Right, well, let's get you the latest now ahead of that vote. From CCTV's Jane Keo joining us live in Kampala. Jane, D-Day is nearly upon us. Is everything ready for the vote? What's the latest coming out of Uganda?
Well, Lindy, I'll tell you what, for starters, it was a pretty peaceful election eve. And as you have heard from the Electoral Commission chairman there, the commission says it's all set for the big day. The commission did give a briefing to the media this morning on its preparedness and preparations, which it says it began on Monday, the distribution of materials, ballot boxes and ballot papers to the 28,000 polling stations that are set to serve the 15 million registered voters. Now, the commission says those preparations are in place. They are confident that the process will go without a hitch. They say security measures have also been enhanced. But Lindy, as you've heard from that clip, this is a commission that continuously has come under scrutiny and a lot of criticism, particularly from the opposition. Yesterday, we had one candidate claiming that they don't believe the poll will be free and fair. They don't believe the commission has been independent in the process. But again, the commission says is dismissing these allegations and says Ugandans should be confident in the team that has run the previous elections. Lindy?
Well, Jane, as you say, 15 million registered voters will be going to the polls tomorrow. Just talk us through how this voting process will work.
Well, it's going to be about 10 hours of voting. Polls open at about 7 a.m. They close at 4 p.m. Remember, Ugandans are also voting for about 400 members of parliament and a president from a field of 8 candidates. Now, Uganda will also be using the biometric voter verification system for the very first time. Now, this is a system that identifies voters using their body characteristics. So what voters will be identified using their thumbprints and the barcode at the back of their identity cards. Now, the commission says this is to boost credibility, to boost transparency in the process. Now, this is a system that has also been used in several other African countries, about 25 countries, in neighboring Kenya, Rwanda, Malawi, and Nigeria. And of course, it's had problems like the system crashing or even failing to read some of the fingerprints of the voters. Now, the Electoral Commission is hoping everything goes according to plan. So are Ugandans. Now, Lindy, once the polls close at about 4 p.m., vote counting begins immediately after. And according to law, the final results should be announced within 48 hours after the polls close, meaning that by Saturday evening, Lindy, Ugandans should know who the next president will be.
Now, Jen, of course, it's been an intense week of campaigning over the past few days. Just considering the recent clashes between police officers and opposition supporters, how concerned are ordinary Ugandans at this stage over possible violence in the country tomorrow?
Well, I'll tell you what, Lindy. There is a lot of anxiety. Voters are concerned. Ugandans are concerned. Some of the people will tell you that they're really not sure what will happen tomorrow or the day after. Anything can happen. We've also noticed that many people are also traveling up country, some of them to vote. Others are just telling us that they feel much safer in the countryside. Of course, others are remaining here in the capital. Security has also been enhanced within and outside the capital. But one issue that keeps cropping up, as you've heard from that clip by the Electoral Commission, is the issue of crime preventers. Now, these are not security agents. They are volunteers who are being managed by the police to control crime or prevent crime or report on crime. And this is an issue that has raised a lot of concerns from even human rights groups. They say these people are being partisan. They're being used by the authorities to intimidate people. But of course, the Electoral Commission now says that only security agents, the police, will be responsible for the security tomorrow, and we just have to wait and see what will happen. So basically, the onus is now on the 15 million registered voters. If they turn up, Lindy, of course, the numbers have been decreasing over the years. Some say it's because voters or Ugandans have basically lost their confidence in the Electoral Commission or in the electoral process. Some say it's a foregone conclusion that the incumbent, Yoweri Museveni, is going to win his 5th term in office, further extending his 30-year tenure. Lindy?
All right, well, thank you very much. Jane Keo live for us there in Kampala. She will, of course, continue giving us updates from Uganda as voting gets underway on Thursday.